Both the Biden and Trump campaigns are zeroing in on gaining support from voters living in Minnesota's Iron Range. One America's Shane Althaus has more on how this may prove why mainstream polls are possibly missing the mark once again.
If you were to look at Nate Silver's 538, which along with Real Clear Politics are the main sources of election forecasting polls for the media, you would see President Trump is only given a 14% chance to win the 2020 election. And in the battleground state of Minnesota, 538 only gives President Trump a slim 10% chance to win the state. However, there is one question which has come up regularly during this election cycle. Weren't these same polls wrong in 2016 when an extremely underestimated Donald Trump won in an electoral landslide? Yes, they were incredibly off, and as of now, these firms haven't changed their polling methods at all. Surprisingly, the only people who don't rely on these polling firms are the presidential campaigns and the candidates themselves, as both the Trump and Biden campaigns have dedicated time and resources to states like Minnesota. Minnesota is home to both those who live in large cities like St. Paul and Minneapolis, as well as those who live in rural working-class areas. While both of these groups have continually voted Democrat in the past, the rural population has seen a large portion of voters go Republican and support President Trump. As it turns out, Minnesota's Iron Range makes up the largest portion of Minnesota's rural Democrat voters, and increased campaigning from President Trump shows his internal campaign polling may tell a very different story.
A critical issue in this election is the future of the Minnesota Iron Range. You know that. That's why I'm here. This was just supposed to be a little get-together, and then they said, sir, we got thousands of people want to show up. I don't know.
However, President Trump is not the only one spending time in the Iron Range, as Joe Biden has made a point to recently campaign there as well.
I've been here a number of times up in the Iron Range, and it's a magnificent part of the world.
So if Real Clear Politics gives Joe Biden a whole 9-point advantage in the state, and Nate Silver's 538 gives him a whole 90% chance of winning, why would the Biden campaign even bother campaigning there with such a large advantage? Well, local reporting shows public sentiment in the area may be flipping to President Trump. This as the Iron Range in Minnesota's northeast region is made up with working-class people in the mining industry, who support President Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs, his elimination of NAFTA, and the implementation of the USMCA trade deal. All policies Joe Biden has opposed, causing many in the area to support President Trump. Another weak point for Biden in the Iron Range is that it has the highest concentration of gun owners in the state, a group President Trump has maintained consistent support from throughout his presidency. These major trends and issue-based voting analysis are being completely ignored by the largest mainstream polling firms in our country. And assuming they make the same mistakes in other states as they do in Minnesota, 2020 may very well be 2016 all over again. Shane Althaus, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.